Hello everybody, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. This is the last word as Southampton have been beaten by Eddie Howe's Newcastle United by 4-1. This is the last word. So yeah, it's just me and Lee for the last word. It is absolutely chucking it down, so it's not going to be a quick one, but it'll be a brilliant one nonetheless anyway. But Lee, just the one change, it was either going to be Jacob Murphy and saint-maximin, John Joe Shelby, and it was Jacob Murphy that got the nod over Joe Linton. Were you surprised?
A little bit. I thought ESM might get a start, but that tells me ESM might likely to start the Palace game. But look, Jacob Murphy, despite him being one of the negatives in the lineup, he has actually been playing much better. So because the team's playing well, he's playing well, even Sean Longstaff's playing well, so I wasn't too surprised.
No, Southampton's team, I have to be honest, it was a lot of new players in terms of what Southampton have been used to, and like Vestergaard have gone, Jan Bednarek's gone,
They've all got double barrel surnames.
Kyle Walker-Peters is injured, Livramento injured, so this is a really, really good opportunity.
He's went back
Chelsea, his parent club. So look, in terms of Southampton sides over the years, this one certainly wasn't to be frightened of.
The fans singing "You're getting sacked in the morning."
We'll mention that later on. I think maybe at 3-0 we might mention that. More to come. But Newcastle, I thought the first 20 minutes, Lee, I thought both teams just countered each other really. I thought there was nothing spectacular, but Nick Pope had to make a save pretty early on, and it was a good strike by Southampton. And I think the biggest threat they had was from Elyounoussi for most of the game. But Nick Pope, you would expect him to save that, wouldn't you?
Apart from that, though, all it was just collecting after that, wasn't it? But yeah. They started off really well. I thought they were the better side, to be honest, the first 10-15 minutes. It was a scrappy first half. It wasn't the prettiest. I bet Sky would think, no, we don't want to put this on telly because it was scrappy, but they were definitely right to choose the tune, weren't they?
They certainly were, and it was just, can Newcastle get that moment? Callum Wilson did have a strike on the edge of the box which went well wide after Miguel Almiron was appealing for handball. That was the closest it came for Newcastle before Miguel Almiron scored. It just happens now. Messi used to score every week, Ronaldo used to score every week for Real Madrid.
Bet slip now, don't you?
For Barcelona, Real Madrid. Miguel Almiron, first goal scorer. You're not going to say anything different now. So, look, a fantastic finish. And when I seen the replay, he could have actually gone down for a penalty because the Southampton defender.
How did you say replay?
Magic.
I couldn't see a replay.
Sky Sports magic. Other TV companies are available.
Isn't.
But no, in all seriousness, fantastic finish. You had Jake Murphy.
Is that the one where he nicks the ball?
It was good build-up. Sean Longstaff had a big part in it as well, so big shout out to him. Actually, thought it was really, really good today. But Miggy, unbelievable finish. Very, very calm. Wouldn't have probably taken the shot on. He might have probably squared it to Jacob Murphy, who was there.
8 goals already.
How is Miguel Almiron the player of the season?
He has to win Player of the Month first of all.
Is he the player of the season?
For us, he wins most improved so far. Is he Player of the season? Tim or Bruno, innit? Going forward.
I wish you answered my question.
And Wilson. I'm trying to debate. I'll say yes. And what a turnaround it is. Big shout and Jay in Atlanta, who stuck up for him all this time as well.
Yeah, good. I was a Miguel Almiron defender, but not defender, but like I just want him to do well. And
the joke was that he runs a lot, wasn't he? What Liam said. So
I'll just blame Liam Curl for this.
Now he scores a lot.
It is fantastic to see him score a lot. But Newcastle went in at half-time by a goal to 0, but Southampton had a huge chance.
Gill edge.
Elyounoussi, it was great football by Southampton. They do play some nice stuff on occasion, and Stuart Armstrong's cross was met by Elyounoussi. You just thought it's going to be a goal, but somehow he misses it.
Got to put that in. Maybe he's a little bit worried what's behind him because Trippier makes contact after he's, slight contact, but that's probably put him off. But he's got to score that. That's Gill edge. But we got in 1-0 up. We're happy.
We are happy. First 5-10 minutes, I thought Southampton were the better team. I know Chris Wood comes on for Callum Wilson. I'll mention Chris Wood in a second. But handball by Kieran Trippier just outside the box. Free kick, just about cleared. But Elyounoussi had a shot which just went over the crossbar. But
I had another one which just went wide as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
Just wide
as well. So Southampton, it's Che Adams. What an opportunity by Southampton. It was great football again. Sven Botman making the error, giving the ball away in defence. And Che Adams should have made it 1-1, let's be honest. But Newcastle, like good teams do, just stay in the game, and when they get a chance, they buried it, and Chris Wood certainly buried it. They made it 2-0, and by God, we needed that.
It was, yeah. I know you got to touch upon Wilson, but that'll give him the world of confidence. I couldn't see the other end of the pitch. I thought it was Murphy, because I couldn't see, because I'm literally front row again. But great finish, bottom corner. That killed the game off, because I kind of see Southampton scoring twice.
No.
Great finish. And good for him, he'll start in midweek as well.
Possibly. You never know. Eddie Howe might just keep the winning side going. Well, then again, Callum Wilson. That's a touch about Callum Wilson. He only played half. Is it just precaution? Obviously, we're going to hear from Eddie Howe in a second, but just before we hear from Eddie Howe, do you think it's just a precaution substitution? Because he did come out and clap the fans at the end.
I hope so for him, because there's a couple of places up for England. You know, Dominic Calvert-Lewin went down, and at the minute, really,
Ivan Toney's got a betting issue.
It could. You might laugh at this, but it could be Danny Welbeck. It really could be Danny Welbeck's second choice, because the amount of England players picking up injuries, and this is what's happening. It's not just England; it's other nations as well. So, hopefully for him, because he's been backing himself, bagging goals, which he's been doing. Yes, he didn't score in the first half a day, but for me, he didn't look right in the first half.
Maybe he's playing with a little niggle, but hopefully maybe Eddie Howe's done the right thing in terms of his World Cup dream. He did seem happy and smiley at the end. I think if you know you're going to be out at the World Cup, you're not going to be smiling and jumping around on camera anyway. But let's hope for the best for him. We'll speak to Eddie Howe in a second. But Newcastle did make it 3-0, and a man, Lee, who has been desperate for a goal. He's been unfortunate not to get a goal this season, Joe Willock. And after a fantastic pass by Kieran Trippier from a great advantage from the referee, Joe Willock was through 1-on-1 and made it 3-0, and that was certainly game over. Yeah,
brings the ball forward, doesn't he? He's one of the rare few players in centre midfield that we're having now, and knowing that Shelvey's, because Shelvey got a lot of minutes today, Shelvey's coming back, so Willock will hope to start the next 2 games before the break. But good on him, because when we first signed him, he was banging in that 7 goals in a row. But yeah, good for him, good for his confidence. 3-0 game hour.
Yeah, it certainly was game over. The only blemish after a flurry of substitutions for Newcastle seemed like Javier Manquillo, Alan Saint-Maximin, John Joe Shelvey and Elliot Anderson come on. Southampton did get one back from Jack Stevens. Newcastle's defenders seemed to switch off, didn't they?
I didn't even know it was Jack Stevens again.
What were you watching? Were you
I have watched the game. I'm just filming everyone around us. You'll see it in the vlog earlier on. But it was a good finish, man, because he does the defender and bends the top corner, and he's a great finish. And yeah, in Southampton, ironically, was singing, "We've got a goal," and obviously that's when the sack. Just before then, the second chance were coming, weren't they?
They certainly were for Ralph Hassan. Well, let's see how long he's got left. There you go. That was the Southampton's catering team, if you like. Come on if you want. Yeah. We're getting some words behind us, but Newcastle end up making 4-1. We've got a little lad in the midfield, right? He's all right. He's called Bruno Guimaraes, actually. He picks up the ball, he puts it in the bottom corner, but he's just unbelievably good, isn't he? Like, he's just too good, isn't he?
Great finish, great finish, bottom corner. Seen it already this season from outside the box. He can score. In all honesty, I hope he has a poor World Cup. I didn't want him having a good World Cup, because they've got more and more clubs sniffing at him. And there is a couple of rumours going around that you might sign a higher pay packet because we need to. Because
he has to.
Because he is. And now Miggy, you asked me that question before, is Miggy the best player? But Bruno's the star of this team. The team is built around him. Miggy's just got a purple patch, which we hope it will last a long time. But you know, Bruno's been here 10 months, and he's shown that he's the best player. So great goal. And then the crowd just went nuts, didn't they?
It certainly did. You can see in the scenes in the vlog. Make sure you watch the vlog as well, because it was unbelievable. To be in that away end today, it was absolutely fantastic. As the chant went, this was the best trip I've ever been on in a long time. Yeah, Newcastle.
It's a long trip.
It's the longest. I was going to say longest fucking trip. But yeah, Newcastle ended up winning by 4-1. Eddie Howe just used to talking about Newcastle winning football matches at the minute. Eddie, can you just tell us about this one as well?
Very pleased with the result. Performance wasn't our best. I'm not going to pick it to pieces. Delighted with the players again. This was a tough game for us today. We knew that coming into it. Southampton yesterday dropped into the bottom 3. Knew that usually sparks a reaction. We weren't quite at our best, but we scored some great goals in the game, and I think that's our highlight. You'll take any win away from home, or any win in the Premier League. It's so difficult to win. The performance levels of the group have been so high that today's feels a little bit flat for me, because we didn't hit the heights that we have in recent weeks. We weren't our normal selves with the ball or without the ball. Credit to Southampton for some of their passages of play, but they didn't really hurt us, and I think we were clinical when we needed to be.
And we are back, and the question will be about Callum Wilson's injury, but obviously we've mentioned that. In terms of the team, though, defensively rock solid again. I'm going to mention Dan Burn today, because I thought he was phenomenal at times for Newcastle. He's just so tough to get past at times.
Again, there's another place for England, isn't there, because of Ben Chilwell. I don't think he will. I think Southgate will pick Trippier over there. But yeah, he's coming in, and me and you were the only couple when we sat down in Wakefield. We were like, you've got to say Matt Targett, you've got to say Matt Targett. Matt Targett was phenomenal for us the back end of last season.
He hasn't done anything wrong.
He hasn't done that wrong, and he rotated one game and kept Dan Burn in and brought Botman in, and it's been that way since. And I would concede it today, but we've still got the best defence in the league, which is mental saying that in mid-November. It is, because we're normally, and look at the goal difference as well, we're normally like -3, -4.
17, I think.
Yeah, we're normally like -3, -4 on the goal difference. We've got like 20 odd goals against, we're normally already, and it's just a breath of fresh air, and we haven't even spent money properly yet.
This is the Premier League table. We are recording this before Tottenham versus Liverpool, so Newcastle are in the top 4. They might be 3rd, they might be 4th. I hope they're 3rd, and I hope they're not 4th. But if we are 4th, it's still been absolutely phenomenal. Because of Manchester United losing today, Lee, and Chelsea losing earlier on, Newcastle, regardless of what happens next week against Chelsea, are going to be in the top 4 in the Christmas break. It's absolutely phenomenal. From where we were after the Bournemouth game, it's been absolutely phenomenal.
It was about a year ago, me, you, Sam Carver stood outside Molineux, absolutely raging. We wanted Bruce gone, and then ever since that moment, a few days later, it has been absolutely, what a 12 months, a magical 12 months with the takeover, with the football, the announcement of signings left, right and centre. It's been a great 12 months, and you know, we're putting in the miles today, and we're going to be like, we're twisting, but it's things like that, that's why you go.
That's why you drive through the night.
That's why I drive for the night. That's why you come a previous night. That's why there's fans going to be stuck. They won't be there for 5 hours. I'll be home 5 hours drive. That's the 7 hours for the coaches.
And the rest.
And they'll probably stop for some booze and all that. And the driver will want to rest and what have you. So that's why they put the miles in, because now it's happening every week now, Johnny. Were you there? Were you there? Were you there? Because we're not just scrapping 1-0. We're battering teams like a top 4 team does.
It's been absolutely incredible. I want to talk about man of the match. There's so many candidates today as well. Bruno was brilliant, and we had the debate last week about Bruno and Sean Longstaff, who was better. Sean Longstaff, I thought, was absolutely brilliant. And it was great to see that he got a bit of recognition towards the end. A couple of the coaches and staff saying, go on, take your top off and give it to the fans. And they clapped him and say he's one of our own as well at the end. I thought he was brilliant today. He was everywhere on that pitch this afternoon. But I'll let you say in the comments who was better, Longstaff or Bruno today.
I'm not going to pick man of the match because I couldn't hardly see most of the game.
Bruno's going to get the credit of the goal, but I
only seen close-up action, so I can only comment on that.
Joe Willock as well the midfield were brilliant today, absolutely brilliant. Get in the comments who you think man of the match was.
I think looking at the game though, even though I only seen bits and bobs close-up, it looks like to me that the midfield won with the game today.
It certainly did. Miggy did his bit. Callum Wilson, Jacob Murphy did okay, but you know,
it's mad to think because Shelvey and ASM get them in the team. Now it's like stay out the team. Well,
Shelvey's got a new contract now. That was his 3rd appearance of the season, so he's going to have another 1 year put on his contract. So again, another good option for Newcastle United. But it's just incredible. Like just finally, Lee, it's the fans were in great voice. You could tell the Southampton fans even walking in today were kind of.
They've all gone. Yeah, no, the Toon fans gone quiet, wouldn't we?
I just think they're all gone. They've ate all the burgers and they've gone home. But in all seriousness, the fans are absolutely incredible today. Didn't stop singing from minute 1 to minute 94, and like I say, it is days like these you remember, and you'll go, I was there when Newcastle battered Southampton 4-1. It's just incredible.
It's happening every week. It's even the home games now. It's like you didn't want the World Cup to come because we haven't really got anything. We've got the women's team who are flying as well. The women's team are starting to pick up, but you don't want that break to come. You really don't. So, yeah, cup game and then Chelsea, and then we've got 6 weeks to watch England. Great.
This time next week, Newcastle will be thinking about their winter break, which seems a bit surreal after that. But Newcastle, look, they've won by 4-1. Get in your comments below. Who was man of the match? What did you make of anybody, and why were they brilliant? Because that's what I want to talk about in the comments. Just positivity, because we certainly deserve it. It's Crystal Palace on Wednesday, as Lee rightly says, and it's then Chelsea next Saturday. So make sure you stay with us at Newcastle Fans TV for all the latest information in regards to Newcastle United, because at the minute you don't want to go anywhere else. Newcastle United are the team to be, the team to watch, the team in form, and we're in the top 4 at least. Incredible. Crystal Palace on Wednesday, so we'll see you then. Like and subscribe to Newcastle Fans TV, and we'll see you all very soon.